What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And I'm so excited to be doing set reviews again. I haven't done one in a while. Anyway, today we're going to be doing a set review for actually not a Black Panther set. So this is one of the gift with purchase sets, which this is why I love Lego.com, is because I really wouldn't pick this up on a daily basis and be like, hey, I'm going to pick this up. But I only got it because, of course, if you spend more money, you're able to get these just thrown in there. So, of course, I got all the Lego Black Panther sets. I've actually built most of them. I built Namor's throne room and Shuri's lab. Those are the only two, and I built this sets. So, of course, if you want to get a sneak peek at one of the figures, there you go. And, of course, I will be doing set reviews for all of these in the week, not every single day like I did with this. However, I did do the VIP, which, of course, I did put it in this container, but that was at the very end of the video. Now I'm going to be doing this one today in the same day. However, I'm not going to be doing this for all of them. So I'm not going to be filming the two Black Panther sets today. I'm going to film those tomorrow, and I'm going to film a set each day so it doesn't get boring. You just get 4 reviews that come out one day. So this set, of course, gotta talk about it. This set is, of course, set number 40566, Ray the Castaway. This is an 18+ set. And this is 239 pieces. And the gift with purchase is you have to spend over, I think, $150 to get this. So, of course, the Black Panther sets were expensive. They were more than $150. They're actually all $185. So if you want to get all the Black Panther sets, you're going to have to pay a little pretty penny. But without further ado, let's take a look at the minifigure. So I guess the one figure that we'll take a look at is this guy. So this guy is pretty cool. I'm not going to review them all like this. But since this is kind of like a Lego Ideas type set, this is a Lego Ideas set. So we will take a look at the designers. He comes with some red legs with yellow boots. So if you don't have these from like a Flash figure, I guess you can get him with this guy. He comes with a binocular kind of like he can look out through him. Even though that he can't really see, it's going to be looking at the ground. But it's still a really cool kind of accessory to give him. And I'm very happy that at least they gave him an accessory, which of course, dang, zoom in on the focus. Which the one thing I am happy about this guy is the hairpiece, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. If removing it to get a look at the torso, as you guys can see, it's really cool. This is kind of based on the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. That's why the hair is pretty cool. So I guess this is kind of based on him. Now, the hairpiece is very useful for a figure. However, I am going to have to modify this. I haven't been able to modify it. Of course, it's going to be getting rid of this mustache right here for a custom that I might show off in a minifigure showcase. So there is the only figure. So now we're going to take a look at the set. So the set is based on an island. So this guy's stranded on an island, of course, and that's why there's this boat. We're going to take a look at the boat first. So the boat is connected by string right here. So let me zoom in so you guys can get a look at that. So it's it has this string attached to it. So all you gotta do is just remove it. And as you guys can see, this is just a little wood boat. Just a pretty simple technique. Of course, you can put the guy on there like this, and there you go. He's sailing off into freedom. So it's really cool, and there is a flag up here, so you know this is a boat. So just putting that back on where it is. The string actually connects on the side of the thing, but we're going to take a look at the beach first. So right here you have a ship in a bottle, which is really cool. That just goes right there. Also, you have some snakes, which is from the Harry Potter Advent Calendars, I think was the first time these things showed up. A life raft, pretty cool. Then on the side, you have a little, just a little crab, which is pretty cool. I've gotten that before. Panning it up just a little bit, you got a parrot and a fish, and there is a silverfish over here, which is really cool, which this is supposed to represent a fishing pole. But of course, it's basically just Catwoman's whip, which it is pretty cool to knock. It is pretty cool to mess around with. Just taking a look at that. That clips on right here, which is pretty cool. Going back down, we'll take a look at his hut in a minute. Just going back here, there's just some rock details and some palm trees. We'll take a look at that. But if you go all the way back here, there is a treasure chest, which is pretty cool. So if you just kind of pop that out of place, just kind of lift it up a bit, there you go. And it is kind of hard to get to down here, but there you go. And of course there are some red rubies in here, so that is pretty nice. Popping those back in there, putting it back under here. It is kind of hard to put it down again because you gotta get both fingers in here to do that. There you go. So flipping it back around, taking a look at the guy's hut first. Yeah, here is his hut. It's pretty cool. It has a yellow coffee mug. I don't know why it's yellow, but of course you can put him in there. That's how I had him. Sorry, dude. But that's how I had him in here before, just kind of standing in there. The box kind of tells you put him in the ocean. I don't know why you would do that. There it is. I don't know why he would have the most cleanest yellow mug ever. Anyway, I kind of wish there was more printing, kind of dirt, I guess, on a lot of this stuff than just like pure yellow pieces, because that would be impossible. Anyway, up here he does have a backpack. This is the same backpack that came in the Daily Bugle, funny enough. So I guess he has Peter's backpack. Up here is a very interesting build. It has a pole where you connect it by a clip, and then there's like another clip. It's a very interesting build. However, it is pretty fragile up here. I had to mess with it a little bit to get it at the place I wanted it to. Very, very not perfect, which it's not supposed to be. And there's just a gray stud up here with a hole in it. Also, if we go up here, there is a really cool palm tree, which uses the kind of like a tan piece to do. This is just pretty cool, nice, very naturistic, I guess. And that's pretty much it for a lot of the set. That's kind of it. It's just a guy stuck on an island, and of course bending it down a bit. And of course, last but not least, he does have some stairs so you can get up here, up and down. There also is a fire with a pan down here, which is pretty cool. Lifting this up, there's really nothing underneath. There's a treasure chest, and pretty cool. When I first saw this, I was like, really? This looks just like a beach, because it's like there's not that many like very interesting and new parts, and kind of like, I guess, parts. It's just kind of a just a beach, and of course it used a very interesting like cylinder pieces, but that's really it for like the build. And I haven't really seen anybody talk about this set, which kind of does suck. It's a really interesting set, maybe because it's October 1st for the first time. Get it? And this is coming out. But of course, that's really it. And we're going to take a look at the instruction manual and packaging, and then I'm going to give my final thoughts. Sorry, I'm going to be doing these now maybe for some set reviews, if I don't throw them in a random bin. But of course, we have all of the extra, these tan pieces. I don't know if I was supposed to put them on a set, but who knows, who cares? I don't really care. I mean, it doesn't affect the build at all. It looks fine. Then you also get a flame piece, and a bunch of grays, and an extra star for the ground, which is pretty cool. So yeah, now time to look at the instructions. The instruction manual is very plain. It's just a black background, kind of just like a Lego Ideas. At the very top it says Lego, what price it is, stuff like that. And of course, if you go inside, meet the Lego designers. This is what I kind of like about it. It shows the people who worked on it, which those are the guys. They look very fun. But of course, you go on the inside, says in different languages, so it can appeal to everyone, which is very nice how they do that for LEGO Ideas. Anyway, just there's the fig. You just dump all the bags out. But like I said earlier, with the palm trees, as you guys can see, it uses like a clip at the bottom with that, and you connect that on. You connect the brown piece, but you don't connect the top. That's what I thought when I first was building it, which is it's very interesting. Very interesting building technique. And then those are the tan pieces that hold the palm trees. Then there's the build ends at page 65. No advertisements for any sets because it's just the ideas. Those are all the pieces. And on the back, there's no win a free Lego set. It's just the ideas, which is pretty cool. Nice how they do this, like kind of like a book instead of like most of the instruction manuals, which are kind of like this, but with the page at the side. Very interesting. I don't think I've seen an instruction manual that opens like this, because it's probably just, I don't think it's a thing. Anyway, instruction manual. The box is very castaway-ic, I guess. There's everything that comes in the set. It says Ray the Castaway, all the pieces down here. Kind of wanted an island type build, but there you go, like an island background or something. There it is, and at the top it shows the exact measurements of a Lego, which if you think Lego is not telling the truth, there you go. It's true. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It says Ray in different languages. Pretty cool. I think this, I'm not going to see which language is which, because I think I would say one wrong or maybe offend someone. So yeah, it's just a box. And if you want to see the inside, there you go. All right, there's the inside. So overall, this is a really good gift with purchase. I don't really expect anything out of the ordinary and amazing. Because it's one of those things that's like, hey, I could use it for parts, like the hairpiece, like I said, because I was actually seeing someone else, I actually saw, like, this, like, get revealed. I don't think I got it, I don't think I saw it get revealed. I just saw someone else, like, pick up some Lego sets, and hey, they got it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that too, that's cool. So, of course, this hairpiece is gonna be really useful for the custom that I'm thinking of. Of course, like I said in the haul video, it's something that's coming out this Friday, which of course Mini Superheroes Today is probably going to do a video, so I'll see what he does, and then I'll modify this to see if it works for me. But yeah, this is a really cool set. I don't really expect anything exclusive, like this face I don't think is exclusive to this set. I think I've seen it on a couple bank robber people. If it is exclusive, great. I don't really care, because I really see this, and as I said, I think I've said this before, but Lego, I really don't care about yellow skin people, because they are not, I don't use them for anybody. I mean, I do use yellow skin for customs and my first original sig fig, so I don't hate it, it's just I don't have enough of it, so I'd rather go all or nothing for it. So that's why I use medium nugget and all the other ones that is kind of cool, I guess. But pretty cool, very nice build. I like it a lot. And overall, I don't think that this should be a $150 gift with purchase. Spending $150 just to get this set, I don't really think that's worth it. But since I did, it's a nice surprise. But I think that this could be maybe a $50 to maybe $40 set on its own. I think on Lego Shop at Home, I think it's $20 on its own. I don't know though. Yeah, so if you do want to get this, it is $20. So I don't know what I was saying earlier about $150, because if you are in the moment and you really care about this set, then you can. This is very satisfying. You can, of course, get it for $120. However, if you're picking up the new Black Panther sets, like if you're picking up the two big sets, like the Sunbird and the Water Wars, or I forget what the title is. But I haven't built those 2 sets. I've only built the 2 sets that I told you earlier, Namor's Throne, and the other one. I'm not going to be doing set reviews for them today. I'm going to be doing some tomorrow. Probably going to start with the junior one, get to the biggest sets. So yeah, this is a really cool set. I'm very happy that I got it, and very useful for parts. Cool. I don't think I've ever gotten a parrot before. I think I got a red one. The snake pieces are I think the snakes are kind of weird. Like the fact that they're like half snakes, because like usually they have the butt of the snake. Very strange. I don't understand why those are there. But hey, the designers came up with it, so I guess it's there. Maybe it's a funny joke of them or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Peace out and bye.